must be great to be Batman.
Batman, we love you!
Thank you. I'm blushing super hard under the mask.
Batman!
Prego.
Thanks, Batman!
I can only imagine he's going home right now to party the night away, surrounded by friends and lady activewear models.
Hey, computer. I'm home. I'm home. I'm home.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Master Bruce, your greatest fear is
Snakes? Clowns?
it's being a part of a family again.
No, now it's snake clowns because you put that idea in my head.
Sir, you need to take responsibility for your life, and it starts by raising the young orphan you adopted.
I thought I was being sarcastic.
Hello, secret camera.
We built this city.
What? It's the Batcave! Oh my gosh! Look, it's the Bat
Don't touch that.
The Bat Zeppelin!
Don't touch that either.
It's the Bat Kayak! Do I get a costume? I love it, but his pants are just a little tight. I got an idea. It's better.
I can only look you in the eyes right now.
Hi, Batman! No way!
Come catch your greatest enemy. Superman is my greatest enemy.
Superman's not a bad guy!
And I'd say that I don't currently have a bad guy. I am fighting a few different people. I like to fight around.
Hi, Barbara Gordon, new police commissioner. It's my dream for the police force to team up with Batman.
What?
Wouldn't that be better?
I hate everything you just said. Gotcha.
Nice.
Initialize master build.
Got it. Here you go, Father.
I need a macaroni. Yes, we did it. Pretty cool, huh?
Why did you build this thing with only one sheet?
Because last I checked, I only had one butt. Let's go defeat the Joker.
Woo! We're going on a family trip. I can wear my costume too.
Well, luckily for us, you left your costume back. Oh, nope, under your clothes. That's perfect.
Because everything is good when you're Batman, especially when you have a trailer that takes one of the characters from the Lego movie and adds in, of course, we built this city on rock and roll. I mean, it's a win-win in everybody's book, and everyone ate this one the hell up, especially over the two big sequels that came out this weekend, but we'll get to those later on. Welcome to Time About the Movies, everybody. Today we are taking a look at the three films of February 10th, 2017, and we are starting off, of course, with the Lego Batman movie, the spin-off of the Lego movie. Not the sequel, but that's still a couple years away. But in this movie, we have Will Arnett's character from the Lego movie spawn off into his own film. And there are big changes brewing in Gotham City. And if he wants to save the city from the Joker's hostile takeover, Batman may have to drop the lone vigilante thing, try to work with others, and maybe, just maybe, learn to lighten up. And as I mentioned before, the Lego movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. It was one of the best surprises of recent memory. A movie that was not only really good, but incredible. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. So there was a lot of high expectations going into this particular film, and needless to say, I was not disappointed at all. I'll say that this movie was so damn good. I mean, not as good as the Lego movie, but this is still one of the more fun movies I've seen in the theater in a long time. And much like the Lego movie, the animation overall is just so beautiful to look at. Crisp, vibrant, colorful, and I think the movie absolutely does everything to top itself in terms of the animation. There's so much to admire about this movie. It's a fast-paced film. It's just beautiful to look at. I mean, the scene alone where Batman's flying over the river and the water splashes on the camera, I mean, it's incredible, man. It's awe-inspiring to watch how much time and effort they put into the animation in this, but not only that, the voice cast is great, too. You got, of course, Will Arnett as Batman, but they added Michael Cera as Robin, Ralph Fiennes as Alfred, Rosario Dawson as Barbara Gordon, Zach Galifianakis as the Joker. Not to mention a stacked voice cast that includes Mariah Carey as the Mayor, Hector Elizondo, Jenny Slate, Billy D. Williams, Conan O'Brien as the Riddler, Chris Hardwick, Jason Mantzoukas, Doug Benson, Zoe Kravitz, Kate Micucci, Ellie Kemper, Ricky Lindholm, Channing Tatum, Jonah Hill, Adam Devine, Eddie Izzard, Seth Green, Jermaine Clement. They all do such a good job hiding their voices to the point where about 75% of the cast that I just talked about, you could barely recognize their voice until you see the end credits. Like, I did not know that was Conan O'Brien as the Riddler until I saw the credits at the end. It was just like, oh my god, that was Conan? I mean, they all did a really good job, and there was not one person in this cast that was wasted in this. The comedy is even funnier than it was in the Lego movie. They do Batman so wrong in this movie, but in a good way. They're brutally honest about the past incarnation of Batman, including the movies, the TV shows, the comics, everything. And my God, the jokes in this movie are so good. There's easy jokes to get, and then there's those jokes where you really need to know a lot about the history of Batman, including news stories related to Batman. There's this great running gag in it that references Robert Downey Jr.'s remarks back when the first Iron Man came out about how he didn't like The Dark Knight and how they made a joke about that. Throughout the entire movie, gives me a good hard laugh. There's even a reference to an Arrested Development joke based on the character Arnett played in that show. I mean, that's how great the jokes are. The movie is where you need... This is a movie where you need to see it several times to get all the jokes, and rightfully so. I will say there are a couple of little nitpicky things here or there. Like, I mean, there's a couple of things about the film that I did have. No, like I said, mostly nitpicks overall. The overall message and heart of the movie isn't quite as strong as it was in the Lego movie. I guess the main message here is that essentially, in this movie, in the Lego movie, I should say, I'm getting confused here. The message was, you know, you don't have to be a bad guy. You just have to accept creativity in the world. And this is just like, hey, Batman, quit being such a damn loner and be more open to people. That's really about it. I mean, I think that if the moral had been written better, this would have been right on par with the Lego movie. And kind of another thing that kind of bugs me is that there wasn't really much done with the Justice League after that one scene in the Fortress of Solitude. They're never seen in the movie again. Like, the trailers make it seem like they're going to be in the movie more, and they're barely in the movie. I mean, occasionally, yeah, you'll get enough characters in the Batman lore in the cast, and to add more characters probably would have been overkill. I mean, that or they're just saying that they're going to have their own spin-off movie. Like, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do whenever they do the Lego Superman and Green Lantern buddy movie, which technically 21 Jump Street already did that, so never mind. But, overall, yeah, the Lego Batman movie doesn't quite reach those ecstatic, insane levels that the Lego movie did to become one of my new favorite movies, but it's still a really damn good movie. The animation is top-notch, the voice cast is great, the comedy is really solid, there's just so much fun to have with this movie. You'd be crazy not to love this movie. It's only about, 5 weeks into the new year. It's my favorite movie of the year so far, which really isn't saying a whole lot, but yeah, it's a great, great film. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the sequels that came out this weekend. We'll start off with the stinker, and that is indeed 50 Shades Darker. So yeah, I had no idea that was actually the DVD preview for 50 Shades Darker. I mean, it's literally just a scene I think they took from 50 Shades of Grey and just said, 50 Shades Darker coming to theaters. I mean, that's pretty much about it. But yeah, there's really nothing about this movie that's worth it. I mean, you thought the first movie was bad. I mean, this one, well, let's talk about it. Christian and Anna decide to rekindle their relationship, except this time there are no more rules or punishments. As they begin to get used to their newfound relationship, Christian's past begins to haunt Anna as Christian struggles with his innermost thoughts. And I'll give this one credit, it tried. You got James Foley directing this. This is the guy that did Glengarry Glen Ross, one of the great movies of the last 30 years. I mean, that's a great movie. They did try to bring something to the series to turn it around, and it is better than 50 Shades of Grey. But it's still terrible. It's really a bad movie. I mean, there is at least some effort to build some chemistry between Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson. And once again, Dakota Johnson is the one thing that's carrying this movie overall. Like, she's the one thing I'll say that's positive about this. And I will say the chemistry is a lot better in this than it was in the first film. But with that said, this movie still can't help but suffer from a lot of the same problems that made the first movie what it was. But with the books, Christian Grey is still creepy and still comes off as psychotic, stalkerish in so many scenes in this, especially early on when the two are separated, and he just randomly shows up at an art exhibit that she's at. Then again, he's more sane compared to some of the other characters in this movie. I mean, Eric Johnson playing Jack Hyde. I mean, you're really going to throw in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in this case here with such a bland and even more creepier person than Christian Grey is. There's those points where you just feel uncomfortable watching this. And it's also not helping that there's no real story to follow here, as things just happen to pad out the runtime, and their lazy attempt to build action or tension. Remember in the trailers where you see a scene where a helicopter crashes at Christian Grey's and you think, oh, he's going to be dead, you know? Where is he? Is he okay? Has he really died? There's this massive search and rescue effort going on here, and then the next scene, he's just coming back into the room and just like, hey, everybody, how you doing? I'm perfectly fine. Like, it's like, this movie does not give a shit whatsoever, and they know they don't give a shit because they know they've got money in the bag, even though, yeah, they lost to Legos, so that should tell you something right there. But I mean, on top of that, you never really feel like why anybody should be jealous of Anastasia Steele being with Christian Grey, because the movie makes it seem like it's the most important thing in the world. Half the people in this movie have nothing else better to do but bitch and moan about the fact that Christian Grey is fucking this plain Jane girl. Just like, get a life, people, seriously. Like, how about you stop acting like a fucking nutso, or maybe you'd have a shot at them? I mean, honestly. But then again, what else is there left to say? The music is also once again trash. Danny Elfman once again being wasted. And, yeah, the main song is a fucking Taylor Swift song. I think you know how I'm going to feel about this movie. Which does not bode well for Toy Story 5, as it was literally announced today that she's going to have a song at the end of the movie. But, I don't know. Maybe it'll work out there. But 50 Shades Darker, though, there are very small elements of them trying to bring something to give this a lift, but it's not enough to turn this around overall. It just does not work. There's just nothing of merit here. The story is still lame. The music is still trash. The characters are still unlikable. It's just a major misfire of a film, man. It's bad. It's a bad, bad movie, So let's go ahead and take a look at the much better sequel that came out this weekend, John Wick, Chapter 2.
Yeah.
Rough night.
Rough night. John Wick, Chapter 2, rated R, in theaters Friday.
See, even John Wick is basically laughing at you 50 Shades Darker for how stupid you are, even though they had the last laugh because they beat you this weekend. But trust me, this franchise has had more longevity than 50 Shades has. This is, of course, the sequel to the breakout hit of 2014, John Wick, which is a film where, after returning to the criminal underworld to repay a debt, John Wick, once again played by Keanu Reeves, discovers that there's a large bounty being placed on his life. And like I said, I'll be honest, the first movie, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I didn't hate it overall. I still enjoyed it, but I didn't go gaga crazy over it like everybody else did. But over time, I did grow to like it a lot more than I did when I first saw it overall. And with this, I can honestly say that they did indeed make everything that made the first John Wick so enjoyable is back in this one, and almost as good as it's been before. Almost. If there's one real downside to this film, I think that the story this time around is not really all that strong, unlike the first movie. The first movie, you get why John Wick is doing what he's doing, because he has to come back into the game. They killed his dog, the last connection to his deceased wife. You know, he's got to get his revenge at this point, and that was what that film was all about, getting revenge and kicking ass with badass action sequences to go along with it. To its credit, though, at least I give this one credit for not just simply retreading the story along like the first film did, and doing it unlike a certain action franchise that it could do the same thing and failing miserably at it, or Taken. The story just wasn't as exciting as it was in the first film. But what was exciting was the action sequences. Once again, they are just as epic and exciting as they were in the first film. But not only that, they raise the stakes on how much action badassness there can be. And it's just so much fun to watch. You know, Keanu Reeves is great once again as John Wick. They bring in people like Common, Lawrence Fishburne, John Leguizamo, Ian McShane, Ruby Rose, Lance Reddick. There really isn't much more you can ask for with John Wick Chapter 2. I was really afraid this was going to be another case of sequelitis, but they are upping the ante, and it's working with this film in general. It is a slightly better movie than the first film was, and needless to say, these films did get better with every passing film. Each one got better, especially with the next one, John Wick Chapter 3 and then John Wick Chapter 4. We don't count Ballerina, because that's a spinoff, even though John Wick is in that one, but yeah, John Wick Chapter 2 is a really damn good sequel, not only for continuing to expand on the John Wick franchise, but proving that, you know, this David Leitch guy is going to be one of our great action directors coming up in the next decade, and it's going to show with the movies he's got coming up, so yeah, not much more to say except John Wick Chapter 2 is pretty fucking badass. Check it out. And so, with all that said, we wrap up another episode of Time About the Movies. Next time we meet, we take a look at the films of President's Day weekend. Not quite as strong of a slate like we had this week, except, even worse, because yeah, all three of the movies we're going to look at are nowhere near as good as any of the films we just took a look at this weekend. They're more, it's, imagine 50 Shades Darker times 3, because we have Matt Damon starring in The Great Wall, which is another big budget Universal blockbuster that nobody wanted to see because it was pretty fucking stupid what they were trying to do with that. We have a comedy that you think should work. It's got Ice Cube and Charlie Day in it. It's a film with both of them working off each other, fist fight, but let's say it doesn't work. And we have Gore Verbinski, who usually can be very reliable. Not this time around. A Cure for Wellness. More like a cure for a better movie, I'll say that. But yeah, we'll take a look at those 3 movies tomorrow here on the channel, so stay tuned for that. But with all that said, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and do me the honors of hitting that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification button. Also, don't forget to check out our playlist, and don't forget to check out the previous episode we did. So with all that said, whether it's in the past, the present, or the future, I will see you at the movies. Take care.